My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to give you my favorite UnderDog Fantasy entry for UFC Vegas 78. If you don't know what UnderDog Fantasy is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say higher or lower than the numbers you see on the screen, and if you're right, you can 20 times your money. 20 times your money. It is by far the highest payout in daily fantasy prop games. It's not even close. The next closest is 10 times. It is 20 times your money if you can get 5 of these correct. But you could also do the insurance option, and you can get them wrong. You can get a few of them wrong and still get paid. Just go to wewantpicks.com/underdog and let them give you free money. They will literally give you free money to play this. wewantpicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP, and they will instantly match your deposit. If you give them $20, they'll give you 20. If you give them $100, they will give you $100 instantly for free in your account that you can start using right then and there. You don't even need to use your real money. You can just use the free deposit match money, build an entry, get paid, cash it out. wewantpicks.com/underdog. Again, that promo code is WWP. Let's go ahead and walk through these. Some of these are a little tricky. Rafael dos Anjos, right out of the gate. I've got a few of these selected. Let's do it, a big reveal. Boom, big reveal. If we look at Rafael dos Anjos, we have his significant strikes, we have his takedowns, and the fantasy points. I'm going with the higher on takedowns. It's 3 takedowns. If you go through his last couple of fights, 4, 6, like he's blowing past 3. 3's a push. So if he gets exactly 3, it's a push. If he gets 2, we lose. If he gets 4, we win. So I like the 3 takedowns. I like the over on that. That's his path to victory here. Bilal Muhammad took down Vicente Luque, I think, 965 times. We only need 4 out of Rafael dos Anjos, and I think he should get there. That's his path. That's who he has been as of late. We scroll our way down. Hakeem Dawodu, 65.5 fantasy points. You could do the higher here. The UnderDog fantasy points are super tricky, but you could do the higher here. We're going to go ahead and grab that. That could be quite nice if he finishes Cub Swanson. Cub Swanson is durable, but Hakeem Dawodu is a killer. He hits like a freight train, and Cub Swanson's slowing down. He's getting a little older, and Father Time is starting to catch up to him. This Lucindo, the Eisman Lucindo takedown line, we're going to do it. We're just going to hit it. Let's do this, guys. The lower is what I like to do. I think this 2 takedown line is a trap because, frankly, yes, she had a couple of takedowns in her last fight, but she's primarily a striker. And she's fighting Polyana Viana, who's a nasty submission fighter. Polyana Viana has phenomenal BJJ. She's catching people left and right. And I don't know why Eisman would willingly put herself into harm's way like that. The only thing that makes this 2 takedowns really hard is, let's say Eisman is not having as much success as she thought she would on the feet. She's going to take down Polyana, no problem. I mean, Polyana's not even going to defend the takedowns. That's where she wants to be. But 2 means we need 3 if we're doing the under. I don't think she's going to get 3 takedowns. She might not shoot any takedowns at all. Again, the only scary part is Polyana's not going to defend takedowns, and Polyana's tough enough for this to go the distance. But we're going to do the lower anyway. Eisman had 2 takedowns in her last fight, and but that wasn't against somebody as scary and dangerous on the ground as Polyana. Let's work our way down. Terrence McKinney, 17.5 significant strikes. I'm hitting the lower. That seems crazy. 17.5 seems like such an insanely low number. But the reality is, if you go through his fight history, he's not hitting this number. And I think this fight is going to be very, very grapple heavy, just like his last fight was. His last fight, he landed like 6 or 8, something like that. Wasn't anywhere near the 17.5. He's going to come forward. He's going to start wrestling. He's going to take Mike Breeden down. Mike Breeden's going to stand up. He's going to take him down again. He's going to stand up. He's going to take him down again. And that's what that fight is going to look like until, who knows, right? Terrence McKinney's gas tank is not great, but I don't think he's going to get to the 17.5 significant strikes. The Francis Marshall 2 takedown lines, another tricky one. I'm going to leave that alone. He might come forward. He might get 1 million takedowns. Or he might get 0 because Isaac Dulgarian, his opponent, is a nasty wrestler. So we're going to leave that alone. There's too many questions in that fight. We're going to move to Rivals. What Rivals is you have the 2 fighters. Where the hell? MMA. There we go. Rivals is the fighters. So, for example, you have Rafael dos Anjos versus Vicente Luque in the main event. Who's going to land more significant strikes? And they're going to give Rafael dos Anjos 5.5 just to start. That's all that Rivals is. The only Rivals line that I actually like is if we go down. Here we go. Luana Santos and Juliana Miller. We're going to go Luana Santos for more takedowns. And they are giving Juliana Miller one to start. But Luana Santos, I think she's going to come forward just side headlock over and over. Not side headlock, I'm sorry. Judo toss over and over. Hip throw, trip, hip throw, trip. Over and over and over. Luana Santos is a judo black belt. She's taking people down left and right. She's coming across the cage. Juliana Miller wants to get the takedowns, but I think she's going to struggle with them. I don't think she necessarily has the skill set to get those takedowns. She was just taken down 5 or 6 times in her last fight and got 0. We just need Luana Santos to get 2, Juliana Miller to get none, and that hits, and I think that absolutely will happen. This is my entry. We're going to go ahead. We're going to submit this. We'll throw $20 at it. I am going to do the insured option. Sure, we can let this ride and spend $20 to try to win 400, or we're going to spend $20 and win 200 if they all hit, or get 50 if we miss one. That sounds crazy, but I'm still 2.5 timesing my money there. So let's go ahead and lock that in. Here's the entry. You can use this whole thing. You can just use some pieces of it. Rafael Dos Anjos, more than 3 takedowns. Hakeem Dawodu, higher on the fantasy score. Eisman Lucindo, lower on the takedowns. Terrence McKinney, lower on the significant strikes. And then we went ahead and grabbed Luana Santos, the takedowns in Rivals. Guys, the most important part of this is get your free money. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. They will instantly match your deposit. Gobble up that free money. Build your own entry. WeWantPicks.com/underdog. That promo code is WWP.